Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK, and welcome to Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 7. And as you can see, Sadako has rejoined the party. It has seemed like forever since, she wasn't trapped with her uncle, just in a similar way as to Chapter 3. It's really felt like a very long burn with trying to save Sadako here, but we finally did it. We did it the proper way, without murder. But man, what a fight it was. And I feel like we checked off a lot of boxes as well for solidifying ourselves as a member of the village and clearing Sadako's name and a whole bunch of other things. If anything, I feel like now, with this being taken care of, the village is more unified than it was beforehand, which I think will be a good thing when it comes to figuring out how to take care of everything else, because this isn't done. I think somebody in the last episode said we've got like more than 6 hours of content left to go here in this chapter alone, so it's gonna be a bit. We have a lot more to try and figure out, and I feel like I feel like the big reveal is coming as to who our main antagonist is. I have an idea as to who it is, and I've stated it before, I think. I won't state it again. We'll just kind of see what happens and how things play out, as now today is the day of Watanagashi. We finally made it. Sadako and Rika-chan were already there waiting for me. While the injuries on her face, covered with band-aids, looked painful, Sadako's seemed to be full of life. It almost looked as though her wounds were from playing too hard or something.
じゃあ、昨夜は結局診療所に泊まったのか？
ええ、私は全然平気ですのよって言ったんですけど、監督たちが一晩様子を見たいなんておっしゃりますもので。
お医者さんがそうしろって言うんだから、素直に従った方がいいと思うけどな。
ははは、わかった。診療所で一人でお泊まりするのが怖かったんでしょう。夜の診療所には成仏してない霊がいっぱいいるそうだからね。
Oh yeah, we saw one in Chapter 2.
さとこは僕と一緒でないと眠れない体になってしまったのですよ。はう、どうして一緒じゃないと眠れないのかな
それはですね、一人だと怖い夢を見てとんでもない寝言。
No sooner had Shion finished that sentence than a bucket went flying into her face. Sadako started chasing Shion in circles, like they were playing tag. I really miss this rambunctious fun.
こんな当たり前の風景がもう取り戻せないかもしれないって。
Well, we definitely won't see it again if we don't save the fucking village.
そうだな。でもな、取り返したぜ。俺たちでな。
主に頑張ったのは圭一だと思いますですよ。圭一が相談所に訴えようと自分で言い出して、圭一がみんなで押しかけようと言ってみんなに声をかけたのです。
そうだね。ケイちゃんが最大の功労者であるのは私も認めるよ。今回の一件でHinamizawaに前原圭一ありってのはだいぶ知れ渡ったと思うからね。
And for good reason this time as well.
圭一くん、有名になってモテモテになっちゃうのかな。
そりゃあモテモテになるね。婦人会のおばさま方にチヤホヤされちゃうよ。いよ、モテる男はつらいね。
We'll take what we can get. I'd be fine with that if I could divide their ages by 3. Many people were wearing yukatas. It was still June, but it felt more like it was the middle of summer. Once we finished climbing the stairs, we could see the festival and the crowd enjoying it. The Furude shrine was packed with people, leaving the grounds looking nothing like their usual quiet self. Lanterns of various colors were hung about, and people were swarming the various festival booths, giving the whole place an unorganized yet pleasant atmosphere.
すげえ人だな。Hinamizawaってこんなに人がいたんだ。
綿流しのお祭りはみんな来るよ。多分Hinamizawaの人の半分くらいは来てるんじゃないかな。
それだけじゃないよ。近隣の町の町会や子供会も招待してる。
そうだよな。 俺たちの学校あれしか生徒いないのに、今日は子供の姿がやたらたくさんある。
お祭りの賑やかさはやっぱり子供の賑やかさだからね。
She's right. I'm in agreement there. There were lots of booths around too. They were by far the best part of the festival. Booths selling takoyaki, yakisoba, shaved ice, apricot candy, sauce senbei, chocolate bananas. There was a yo-yo game, a goldfish game, a shooting gallery. There were countless booths here.
露天商は町からわざわざ来てくれてるんだよ。
Gotta make money somehow.
やっぱりこういうのがないとお祭りは盛り上がらないよね。
で、それを俺たちは荒らして回るわけか。どんな勝負にせよ、俺は負けないぜ。
そうだね。頑張ろう。
ハロロン、遅れて申し訳ないです。
Wait, you were here with us earlier.
私がビリでした？ならこれで全員揃いましたね。
このメンバーが揃うとのんびりお祭りを楽しもうということにはなりませんのね。
そりゃそうだよ。今年も行くよ。綿流し祭。6人か。六強爆投。
さとこ、今年は気兼ねしないで思いっきり楽しみましょうなのです。頼まれなくても気兼ねなどしませんわ。大暴れさせていただきますのよ。
よっしゃ、さとこ、その息だぜ。
昨日までのことなんか今夜で吹き飛ばしちゃいましょう。
今日はみんなで思いっきり遊ぼう。全員が揃うなんて1週間ぶりだもんね。
そうさそうさ、今夜は全員で祭りを遊び倒すよ。
You know, whenever they cut off the music there, I thought like something was gonna happen, but I guess it's just the usual nonsense that we've seen in other chapters. Those two lovebirds come in and see what's poppin'. I guess the doctor's also here, and the teacher. Shion and Mion are teasing each other. As we ran around frolicking, a lot of people approached Sotoko. Some were concerned for her injuries, some sympathized with how she'd been treated so far, and some insisted she could rely on them if ever in need. Yeah. And all of that must have been disconcertingly fresh for Sotoko, who wasn't used to it. Sotoko said that all the unusual kindness was making her feel uncomfortable instead, but I knew that she was just being shy. Right, and fuck, I guess I'm not reading those last lines.
おや皆さん、早速はしゃぎ回っているようですね。
Oh.
リカちゃん。
Wow, he finally fucking shows up. Yeah, thanks for all your big-ass neck help earlier.
約束通りに来たよ。盛大に盛り上がってるね。
どちら様でございますのかしら。理科の知り合いですの？赤坂は肝心な時にいなくて使えないのです。
なんだろう。私、怒らせるようなことをしましたか？
実はですね、赤坂さんが温泉へ行かれているほんの1週間ほどの間にですね、とても大変。
はあ、リカちゃん、その人っておもちゃ屋さんで会った人だよね。よね。
I thought that she already introduced him to everybody back when we were at the toy store. When we were learning about Mahjong.
ああ、そういえば大石さんと一緒にいたね。この人も警察の関係者さん？
Yeah, I don't remember. That was so long ago. When Akasaka had arrived, I'd believed what it took to change fate was the power of an influential individual, or so I thought. But it turned out that was a misunderstanding. I wish they'd put a different timer on these. Individuals don't make miracles. Everyone must come forward to make them happen, and that's why I thought I could defeat fate as long as I had Akasaka by my side. It was all in my head. Even if he had been there by my side, we probably wouldn't have been able to do anything. And whatever, I'm not saying that Akasaka was at fault. That's not the point at all. I may have considered him useless, perhaps. Even I'm rather astonished at my foul-mouthedness. Let's forget about such things tonight. It's been a couple of decades. Why not celebrate our reunion instead? shouldn't we maybe
Oh,
think
yeah.
about the fact that people are going to die tonight?
前原の坊主じゃないか。噂には聞いてるぜ。
聞いたよ。なんでもお寮のばあさんと日本刀ぶつけ合って納得させたっていうじゃないか。やるね。
そんなことしてないっす。平和に話し合いをしただけですよ。
しかし偉いな。みんなを率いてお役所とちゃんと交渉したんだもんな。前原のお兄ちゃん、アンザーメサービスするよ。
Oh, hey, free shit.
何本いる？
圭一くん、いいないいな。今日はモテモテだね。圭一は熟した果実がお好きに違いないのです。理科が何を言ってるかわかりませんが、どうせろくな意味ではありませんわね。
It's best not to know. Keiichi got a lot of attention too wherever he went. In order to save Sotoko, he took the initiative, and hence his leadership abilities were now known throughout the village. Moreover, him persuading the village council and Odio herself were now legendary tales of whatever the fuck. Everyone had understood just how much Sotoko had been ostracized by the whole village, and they also understood how unreasonable it was for it to continue long after the damn war was over. Seeing Keiichi's efforts to break through that taboo was good shit. With that said, now Keiichi Maibara had become the hot topic amongst the Hinamizawan people. Naturally, everybody wanted a glimpse of this Maibara Keiichi, and hence, the bargain auction saw an unprecedented turnout. Even though he started off red-faced, once he got over his shyness, Keiichi showed his true colors. Eliciting rapturous cheers from the crowd with sheer energy and momentum, the Watanagashi of Showa 58 of that day became home of a special... God damn it, even after this, I'm sure Keiichi will continue to steer the village into new adventures to come. Having such a young leader appear, he had made the village elders rather reassured, so we don't get to even see the auction. I was kind of looking forward to that. Like a nice reward for
昨日助けに来てくれたおじさん。
for all the fucking bullshit that we had to go through for what felt like years.
昨日はどうもありがとうございました。
あ、紹介が遅れてるね。県議会議員をされてる三郎おじさんだよ。こっちは市議会議員をされてるケンおじさん。
昨日は来るのが遅くなってすまんかったね。相談所への道を一本間違えちゃってな。
Yeah, these scary Sonozaki guys are actually pretty cool.
いや、
Including
で
that
も頼
lord.
もしかったです。やっぱり議員は強いですね。
住民の代わりに喧嘩をするのが仕事だからな。強くて当然だわい。
さとこちゃんも無事で本当に良かった。これからは何かあったらいつでも相談してください。必ず味方になりますよ。
They rubbed Sotoko's head while they spoke. Wow, we're really set for
あ
the
りがとう
future.
ございますですわ。
And so is she. Like, literally, they have a lot of backing. Back in the main tent, having been the last to rush in, were the many influential Sonozakis. They were all folk who became indebted to yesterday. Except Sotoko, everyone bowed their heads until just a few days ago. Everyone present was someone who could have been bad-mouthing the Hojos, but Keiichi had broken through it all. Having reflected upon their thoughtless insensitivities, I doubt any of these people will discriminate against Sotoko again. In fact, they bowed their heads, apologized for their actions, promised their assistance if anything were to come up in the future. Yeah.
本当に立派なお子さんをお持ちで羨ましいですな。
いえいえ、ケイイチなんてとんでもない。お、ケイイチ、お父さんたちも来たぞ。
圭一くんのご両親だ。こんばんは。はじめましてなのです。圭一のニャーニャーをしておりますリカなのです。どうもはじめましてですわ。北条聡子と申します。
あなたがさとこちゃんね。こんなにひどい怪我をして本当にかわいそうに。
今後も何かあったらケイイチをぜひこき使ってやってください。それと引き換えと言ってはなんですが。
Dude, stop.
ど
No.
うですか、お嬢さん。
No.
ぜひ今度モデルに。
なんだか監督と近い属性を感じるお父様ですわね。
Why are there so many pedophiles here?
すまん。こういう親父なんだ。
でも
Why
温
are
か
there
くて
two
楽しそうなお
fucking
父様
Sotoko
ですよ。
sprites? Why did they... whatever. This... honestly, ever since we loaded up the game, it's been acting a little funky. I'll let it slide. Keiichi's parents were also at the festival. They were made quite the fuss of for having such a magnificent son, being the parents of today's hero. According to Keiichi, since his parents rarely left the house from being busy, this was a good chance for them to interact with the villagers. Keiichi's father had proudly volunteered to make posters for the town council, if the need ever arose. I heard from Keiichi the posters his father makes are so good that people steal them. I look forward to seeing just what kind of posters they are. They're also here for the first time ever.
こんな楽しい綿流しのお祭りは僕も初めて見ますのです。
そうね、私も初めてよ。というか、あんたの方が長生きしてるんだもの。あんたが初めてなら、私にとっても初めてに決まってるじゃない？
でもきっと綿流しという名前のお祭りになってからの中でも一番賑やかで楽しいお祭りだと思いますのです。
そもそも綿流しのお祭りが楽しいお祭りになったのはここ数年のことでしょ。明治以降は退屈な古出家の儀式だし、それ以前は鷹の好みのお祭りだったはず。ごめん、今日は意地悪はなしね。楽しみましょう。私たちも私とあなたを祀る夜なんだから。
Why are they being so, not cautious? I heard Hanyu whisper in disbelief that only recently there is a world where Shion tortures Sadako to death. That horrific world, this happy ending world, is all the same Hinamizawa. Good times. I'm sure that the people who only know this world believe unwaveringly that Hinamizawa was destined to have a happy ending. Only Hanyu and I know, only the bystanders know, that that here in Hinamizawa, god fuck, which is why I'm certain that we understand better than anybody else just how much of a blessing this world is. If Keiichi and the others gave in to their temper without fighting side by side, this day would never have come. Yeah, something would have just come up, you know? If Keiichi lost his temper, he would have committed a crime today. Same goes for Shion, criminal by today. Rena's case should be 3 moves ahead and would have finished the burial by now. Only Mio never blew her fuse. Not sure whether to call that prudent or cowardly. Of course, there was actually a world where I lost it. I ended up getting myself killed. How hopeless. Anyway, none of those worlds were any good. We weren't able to take back our happy world. But... So I'd given up hope, but nobody else had. We all united to bring about that miracle that needed to happen. A miracle happened because everyone united. Okay, go on. This might come across as self-agonizing, but I don't think that there would have been a miracle if even I had just given up and denied unity. During that last call, if I hadn't taken away the phone receiver from Keiichi, I don't think... God, that's it. The miracle that couldn't have happened without everybody coming together. The miracle that wouldn't have been if even one of us had given up. It's thanks to Keiichi who taught me how easy it is to break through fate. I who had given up, fuck. If everything is fate and there's a meaning to Keiichi's existence, then just what is it trying to tell me? I already knew the meaning of resisting fate and the means to fight it. Never again will I give in to fate, not once more. The mirror opposite of what Hanyu told me, not to hold expectations for anything. Even Hanyu must be able to cause some sort of miracle if she just believed without giving up, or so I tried telling her, but she's stubborn at the oddest times and evaded me with a simple God, why couldn't they just do normal fucking dialogue boxes that I can click through? I want to read and you know, understand everything that Rika is thinking about. A faded notebook. Guys, I'm like really tired. I'm just gonna throw that out there. The rally was that achievement. That was a long section. Alright, to view our new tip. What do we got here? Watch therefore, for ye know not... God damn it, I'm too fucking tired for this sort of way of writing. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man, not goddamn, of the house, had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think, not the son of a man cometh, or of man cometh, even God doesn't know when he will descend once more. He is constantly prepared for that day to come. Have faith in your God at all times. Your god doesn't even know when he'll see the light. Do not spare any effort. Study hard every day. Have the passion for discovery. You never know when you will be rewarded, but that day will come for sure. Until then, you must let the fires of your passion burn bright. Hifumi T. Hifumi. Persona? Yeah, that's the only place that I know that name. I have no idea what that's supposed to connect to. I don't have the fucking slightest of clues what that's supposed to connect to.
そんなことを言ってたね。でもどうしてだい？どうして僕と高野さんが殺されなきゃならないんだい？
あらあら、私たちが5年目のたたりに名前を連ねられるなんて名誉な話よ。
Yeah, can we avoid that this time? As I'd expected, they didn't really take me telling them that they'd be killed on the night of the festival seriously. They did keep their promise to tighten up my security after I showed them the ritual storehouse. However, they hadn't given one thought to their own safety. Oh well, like I said, I didn't expect them to believe me. If they were willing to take me seriously, I could have easily changed their fate a long time ago.
もう一度言いますです。富武は喉をかきむしって。高野はどこか遠くの山奥で焼かれて死にますです。
喉をかきむしるって、それはレベル5の末期症状のことかい？大丈夫だよ。僕はちゃんと注射を受けてる。そんなことはありえないよ。
私だってあんまりね。どこか遠くの山奥で焼死なんて失礼な話だわ。
Which I'm still suspicious about.
それがあなたの夢の中に出てきたというの？
It's her whole situation that I'm really curious about. Tomatake's is literally as consistent as can be, but isn't it in chapter 1 where she's actually straight up missing? Wasn't that one different? And then in all the others, she burns in the mountain. There's some sort of confusion whenever they're investigating her body, thinking that there's some sort of like time difference, which I think is just a mistake. But also in chapter 3 when she has his fucking bike in her car. Remember that one? Now that we know for a fact that Keiichi's actions were all actual actions, and that we did come across Takano on that night, there was a fucking bike back there in her car. So, her deal's a little weird. And that's why I continue to be suspicious about her. For good reason, I hope. But yeah, the disease that Setoko also has, and I guess also other fucking villagers here, I'm going to assume. So there is some sort of disease that goes around here, and we need to, keep that in mind. It hasn't really been discussed all that much, but that is our main deal here, and it has led to Keiichi's death and Tomatake's.
今夜だけでもどうか気をつけてほしいのです。騙されたと思って、どうか僕の言うことを聞いてはくれませんですか？
私たちの身に迫る何かというのも夢のお告げなのかしら。大丈夫よ。あなたの身辺は山犬がちゃんと警護しているわ。今日だって8人があなたの近辺を警護しているのよ。
ありがとうです。僕の警護は十分助かっています。ですから高野たちも同じく用心してほしいのです。
心配してくれてありがとう。大丈夫だよ。こう見えても体は鍛えてるんだ。
I can tell.
降りかかる火の粉くらいはちゃんと払えるよ。
Tomatake flexed his biceps and smiled. He was probably trying to make me feel better. But all he really did was make me feel sadder. This is the sad part about being me. I know the future, but I can't tell them. It's as if that was a rule of the world. People tend not to believe what I tell them.
でも死ぬのです。富武と高野が死ねば次は僕が殺されるのです。二人が死んだら誰が僕を守ってくれるのですか？
どうも相当悪い夢を見たみたいね。大丈夫よ。もし万が一私たちが死ぬようなことがあっても山犬があなたを警護するわ。
山犬は本当に僕を守ってくれるのでしょうか？守ってくれた試しはないのです。
そんなことないわ。あなたがふっかけた喧嘩にも現れたでしょ。 あなたの近辺を常に警戒してくれているわ。もちろん平時にはそこまでの警戒はしていないけれど、先日のあなたの要望以来、あなたへの警戒態勢は非常に高度な状態を維持しているわ。
Is it weird of me to not really trust these mountain dogs? Obviously, there's some sort of group or something that is not really, well, I guess they're for good, but they're like not on the same side as the law, maybe? I don't know. Since, you know, the doctor and Takano were talking about literally murdering Sotoko's uncle before they went the more legitimate route. Could it be, here's a prediction I don't think I've made, that, because I'm still trying to figure out why Irie would try to kill himself or kill himself in the first place. It happens at the same time that Rika is killed. She's obviously killed and gutted by someone or some people. Could the group be turning against the doctor? Could there be some sort of hidden agenda? There's still so much I don't know that's just been hinted at, and it's fucking frustrating, man. Seriously.
入江所長の警護よりも厳重なくらいよ。
富武と高野が死んだ後も。
無論よ。あなたの身ほど大事なものはないんだから。
僕たちは今夜殺されてしまうともう決まってるのかい？参ったな。
富武に生き残る意志がないのなら、死んだ後の私の身にしか興味がないです。
My words must have left a mark on his heart. He looked much more serious after I said that to him.
やれやれ。わかったよ。せいぜい今夜気をつけるよ。沖宮へ戻るときは僕にも警護をつけることにする。
二人の時に襲われるのだと思います。だから今夜二人きりになってはダメなのです。
あらあら、焼いてるのかしら。おませさんね。
Like I thought, I can't change their fate. When we saved Sotoko, everyone shared the same sense of urgency. And that's why we all got together and saved her before it was too late. However, these two have no sense of urgency at all. How can I make them understand? I sighed and gave up.
富武、高野、さようなら。今日までありがとうでした。
ちょっと待ちなよ。リカちゃん。
I had nothing else to say to them now. Instead, it might be worth talking to someone else. If I could get someone else to protect them, I might be able to change something. I can't give up yet. Fate is as thin as a piece of paper. It's just like the lid on a jar of jam. It's not going to open unless you believe it will. I have to believe that I can change my fate. If I don't, it's not going to change.
富武さんと高野さんがですか？それは本当ですか？
I've told Irie about this so many times in the past. Irie tends to listen to me more seriously than Tomitake and Takano do. However, that doesn't mean that he can actually do something about it.
お社様の巫女の僕が嫌な予感がするから。では、理由になりませんですか？
わかりました。そうおっしゃるなら、お社様のご神託かもしれませんね。今夜そんな事件があれば、5年目のたたりということになってしまいます。お二人には注意するよう、私からも伝えましょう。
All Irie would end up doing would be warning the two of them, which was exactly the same thing as what I did. In other words, it wouldn't matter in the least. Irie is just a researcher, and he has no ability to deal with unexpected trouble. And that's why Takano works for him after all.
くれぐれもよろしくお願いしますです。ペコリ。
Who else would treat me seriously? Who would be able to prevent Tomitake and Takano's death? That's right. There's one man who's been fighting the curse of Oyashiro-sama with all his might.
あれ？フルデスさん？
You know, I was thinking about him too.
探してたんですよ。赤坂さんがぜひお別れの挨拶をしたいと言って探してたんですが。
つくづく赤坂とは肝心な時に縁がないのです。
先日の温泉の件をずいぶん恨まれているようですね。赤坂さんも何も恩返しができなかったことを悔やまれていましたよ。 長い休みが取れたら改めてひなみ沢に行きたいと言っていました。それを奥さんに勘違いされちゃったみたいで、可愛いけどあの奥さん家に帰ると怖い人なんだろうな。
大石、実は大切な話があるのですが、誰も信じてくれませんのです。
いかがなさいましたか？
I've spoken to him several times in the past, too. He usually takes me pretty seriously. However, after they die, he starts suspecting me, and that's why I stopped talking to him.
それをどこで聞いたんですか？どの辺で？
I told him that I heard someone talking about murdering them in the crowd. That way, he might not be suspicious of me after the murder really happens.
確かに富武さんはよそ者だし、高野さんと合わせれば2人。1人が死んで1人が消えるか。確かに5年目のたたりとしてはあってもおかしくなさそうですね。デマの可能性もありますが、わかりました。ダメでもともとお二人をマークさせましょ
う。襲うならひなみ沢と沖宮の間の道だとも言っていたように思いますです。
Tomitake's body will be found on the road leading out of the village. From what I remember, he's discovered where the concrete road turns to gravel.
わかりました。車を1台張り付かせましょう。そのくらいの余裕はありますので。
He agreed to get involved, and he wasn't suspicious of me either. I'm sure it seems odd to people that Oishi actually believed this phony-sounding story of mine. The thing about Oishi is that he strongly believes that there's no smoke when there's no fire. I've learned from experience that he tends to believe my information. However, that personality of his has caused me so much trouble in previous worlds. Of course, there's no question why he's so eager to believe me either. This is his last chance to expose the curse of Yashiro-sama before his retirement. Even if it might be fake, he still wanted to believe. That was convenient for me, since I couldn't show proof.
クマちゃん、聞こえますか？聞こえますか？沖宮への帰り道の途中にパトを1台張り付かせてください。いえ、単なる警戒です。良くないことがそこら辺で起こるかもしれないという噂が入りまして。2人程度でいいでしょう。お願いいたします。
ありがとうです。誰も僕のことを信じてくれないので困っていたところなのです。
それを信じるのが警察です。何事もなければむしろ無事を喜ぶべきじゃないですか。出動を空振りこれを喜べ。私の先輩の言葉です。それにせっかくのタレコミ情報を見過ごして事件を防げなかったらこれほど悔しいことはありませんからね。
I see. That's his way of thinking about things. That was why he believed me without question. I hope he won't consider me a suspect after they find their bodies tomorrow. I shouldn't worry about that now. I can still do more. Who else should I talk to? Should I talk to my friends? I can't give up. I should at least try. Have we done that before?
まさかそんな物騒なことを言ってる人がいるのかい？よりにもよってこの日に不謹慎だな。
あれか？今日起こるかもしれないって噂のお社様のたたりってやつか？
連続4年起こってるからね。やっぱり今夜も起こるかもしれないと思ってる人も少なくないみたいだね。
起こると思うのは勝手でございますけど、富武さんと高野さんを名指しするなんて失礼な話ですわね。富武さんと高野さんにも念のため伝えた方がいいんじゃないかな。もう伝えましたですが、信じてもらえなかったです。
そりゃそうだろうな。でも万が一何かあった後じゃ遅いしな。大石さんに話した方がいいんじゃないか？
もちろん、もう話しましたです。
へえ、リカちゃまはなかなか手際がいいじゃないですか。でも確かに用心に越したことはないです。今夜だけは。hinamizawa村連続開始事件、通称お社様のたたり。はっきり言って何年も続かれちゃ困るんだよね。 面白がって模倣するバカも出てくるし、何より村のイメージダウンにしかならない。
つまり今夜何も起こらなければそれで連続はついえるわけだろ。なら今夜起こらないように何かすればいいわけだ。
なんかって何ですの？悪いことが起こらないように村中で見回りでもしますの？
見回りなんかしたらかえって不用心な気がします。そもそも手の打ちようなんてあるんですか？一応綿流しの準備会の方では連続開始事件を模倣しようとする変質者が紛れ込む可能性もあるので、見かけない顔には警戒しようってことになってる。
Hinamizawaはよその人の顔はわかるからね。見慣れない人がいたらすぐわかる。だからきっと大丈夫だと思うけどな。でもそれでもきっと富武と高野は殺されるのです。リカちゃん、そうだね。私たちにもできることをしてみようよ。
そうだな。一晩中を護衛はできないだろうけど、せめて祭りが終わるまでの間人が近くにいれば悪い連中もおいそれと手出しはできねえだろう。
I couldn't tell if they really believed me or not, but they listened to me at least. We decided to keep our eyes on Tomitake and Takano and protect them for the rest of the night. I guess I've done everything I can now, though it's hard to believe this is enough to prevent their deaths.
あとは明日目が覚めた時、何も起こっていないかどうかね。
Okay, and if something does happen, well, who killed them? I mean, something... Okay, well, I don't know. I mean, can we really say that Tomitake was killed? Because he's experiencing something that is known to happen once you get up to L5 in this disease here. Like, okay, you know, something must have gotten his ear and, you know, just fucking triggered his shit. He may not have the disease now, but I guess maybe he can later? I don't know how it works. For Takano, I don't know. Fucking beats me. I honestly don't even know if she really dies. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm still very suspicious about her whole deal.
リカは富武たちの死を防げると思っていますですか？
No.
無理かもしれない。やはりあの二人が死ぬのは私の命運が尽きることを知らせる時計の時報な。でもさっき高野も言った。山犬が私への警護を厳重にしてくれているから。そうしてる間に東京から応援も来るだろうしね。いつものように富武たちが殺されたとしても、その後の状況はそれでもダメなら潔く死ぬしかないわね。とにかく今回は最後の最後まで諦めない。あがける限りあがく。どうせ無駄だから残りの時間をワインで過ごすなんて後ろ向きなことは絶対にしない。リカの好きなようにするといいのです。羽生は相変わらずどうせダメだと思ってる？僕はいいもダメもないです。あるがままが運命ですから。期待するから心が痛むか。
If I'm an actress trying to get up on the stage, Hanyu is a real bystander. We have very different opinions when it comes to this.
リカ、何があってもどうか気を落とさないで。
なんだか今回もどうせダメだって遠回しに言われてるみたいね。最近あんたと話してるとイラつくことが多いわ。
I understand. Hanyu keeps telling me not to get my hopes up because she cares about me. Because I hope to defeat fate, I get hurt when the hope is betrayed. And the more I get hurt, the closer I get to losing my mind and disappearing. For Hanyu, that means losing her only friend. Losing me is probably the most unbearable thought for Hanyu, since she has to live alone, unable to communicate with anyone else. I now believe that fate can be changed. Even when I didn't have that faith, I still believe that eventually I'd find a way to get out of this maze. Perhaps Hanyu knows something I don't. I might just be a goldfish inside of a fishbowl. There might be no way for me to escape my fate. We're stuck alone inside of a fishbowl, yet every day I knock on the glass, believing that I can break it someday. Hanyu keeps telling me that I'm wasting my time. If I get hurt and die, she should have to survive all by herself inside the fishbowl. With that, I think I finally understand our difference of opinions. Hanyu has lived for a much longer time than I have. Because of that, she understands the laws of this infinitely spanning world better than I do. No matter how much I refute Hanyu, I can never refute the truth. Even so, I still have to believe in my own fate. I believe in a spear that will pierce the wall of fate. My faith will make that spear sharper than ever. We found Tomitake in the crowd and struck up a conversation with him to keep him around as long as we could. However, as soon as the festival ended, they tried to leave. If they left now, I'd never see them again. Mion tried insisting they stay at her house for the night, but Tomitake refused. Everyone tried various ways to stop them from being alone because the murderer might be around. However, we eventually started to believe that they wanted to be alone for adult reasons. And I wound up suggesting that we shouldn't interrupt the two lovebirds.
大丈夫だよリカちゃん。富武のおじさまだって男だよ。いざとなれば高野さんのために獅子奮迅の活躍をしてくれるよ。
そうよね。私に危機があったら二郎さんが体を張って守ってくださるのよね。
そのつもりだよ。
じゃあ私たちはもう行こう。もうだいぶ遅いよ。
ありがとうね。気を利かせてくれて。
くれぐれも誤解しないでくれよ。僕は診療所に忘れ物をしてるんだ。それで診療所の鍵は高野さんが持ってるから、高野さんと一緒に診療所に行くんだよ。
へえ、富武のおじさま、診療所で愛の語らいとは奥が深いです。違うよシオン。きっとナース服着てもらって撮影会なんだよ。
Jesus Christ. Crash bang wham.
ナース服でどんな写真撮るんだろう。
がっちり理解できてるなら照れ隠しに殴るのはやめろ。それからミオンとシオン、お前ら今までそんな目で富武さん見てたのか。
It's what binds siblings together.
じゃあね、みんな。本当に忘れ物を取りに戻るだけだからね。ついてきちゃダメだよ。
Yeah, I know. He's going back for some sex. It's all good.
富武、本当に用心するのですよ。理科の心配しすぎではございませんの？
Everyone laughed and Sodoko yawned. It seemed like a good time to call it a day. I agree. You call it on this fucking recording session. I'm goddamn tired. It doesn't feel like I was able to change their fate. I just hope that they pay attention and that they're prepared for whatever faces them. I still might have a chance. All I can do now is pray.
それじゃあ富武さん、またぜひその時は写真を見せてくださいね。
ははは。
その罰ゲームのシャツ、ぜひ着てきてくださいね。
よっ、美女との一夜、羨ましいね。ヒューヒュー。
またねみんな。次に会うのは秋頃かな。
私たちが今夜殺されなければね。それじゃみんな、
おやすみなさい。
That was the best I could do on the night of Watanagashi. Yeah, hopefully it works out. What the fuck? Okay. Bye, Tomitake. I guess you're fucking dead. His sprite was having some problems. Some of them really were having problems, huh? Please tell me what happened this night. This is like a box with a cat inside. Please tell me what happened this night. I don't even know if the cat is alive or dead inside the box. Please tell me what happened this night. The cat in the box is dead. Yes. Good old Schrodinger's cat. That's a good one. Oh, wow, alright, I guess they actually did go back to the clinic. Well, we're gonna be following them. See what will happen. I guess if they do die, we'll find out how they die. See how that goes. Alrighty, well, I'm tired. We'll end it here. Thank you all for watching this episode. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy shit. God damn. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. I can't stay up like I used to. It's only 11:30 at night. Whatever. Have a good one, guys. I'm gonna go get some sleep.